Question 6, Part A. Choose any 3 cards from those shown above to make a 3-digit number that is a multiple of 9. Give the answer to your calculation. So I need a 3-digit number that is a multiple of 9, and I need to give the answer to the calculation. So multiple sounds like multiply, and when we multiply we use our times tables. So a multiple of 9 is any number in the 9 times table. To easily find a multiple of 9, all you have to do is add up the digits, and if they're equal to 9, then the number is a multiple of 9. For example, I'm going to pick 3 of these cards here that add up to 9. So I could use 1 add 3 is 4, add 5 is 9. So I know that 135 is a multiple of 9 because 1 add 3 add 5 equals 9. So I'm just going to double check that on the calculator here just to show you. 135 divided by 9 is 15. So that there is a whole number, so that means that 9 goes into 135 exactly, or 135 is in the 9 times table. 9 times 15 would be 135. So what I could do, I could switch these numbers around any way I like. So 1 add 5 add 3, they're the same numbers, they still equal 9. So I know that 153 is also in the 9 times table. So 153 divided by 9 is 17. So that's a whole number. So that means that 17 times 9 is 153. So 153 is in the 9 times table, which means it is a multiple of 9. And again, I can put these numbers in any order because no matter which order I put them, they're always going to add up to 9. So the examiner will give you 1 mark if you have 3 numbers that add up to 9. So your options are 1, 3 and 5 here in any order, or you could also have 2, add 3, add 4. So 2 add 3 is 5, add 4 is 9. So I know that 234 is in the 9 times table. So 234 divided by 9 gives me a whole number. So I know that 26 times 9 is 234. So that is in the 9 times table, which means it's a multiple of 9. And same as above, you can write these numbers in any order because it doesn't matter which way you write them, they'll still add up to 9, which means they're still a multiple of 9. So as I said, the examiner will give you 1 mark if you have your 3 numbers adding up to 9, and the other mark then comes from your answer. So, for example, let's say we did 234 divided by 9 will give me 26. So if I did this one here, divided by 9 is 26. So they would give the second mark then for the answer to your calculation. Okay. Part B. Dylan is 12 years older than Lois. Dylan is also 3 times as old as Lois. How old are Dylan and Lois? So there are 2 key bits of information here. He is 12 years older and he's 3 times as old. So I'm going to go trial and error to work this out. I'm going to start by trying to use this fact here that Dylan is 3 times as old as Lois. So that means Dylan's age and Lois's age is going to be in the 3 times table here. So 1 times 3 is 3. So this could be Lois's age, and this could be Dylan, because we know that Dylan's age was 3 times as bigger as Lois's age. So I'm going to double check then to see if Lois could be 1 year old and Dylan if he is 3 years old, because that would meet the times 3, the 3 times as old. The other fact I need to make sure it meets is Dylan is 12 years older than Lewis. Well, if I look, I've said that Dylan is 3 and Lewis is 1. So that doesn't add up there. It doesn't say that he is 12 years older than Lewis. So that's not right. I could then also say that Lewis was 2 and Dylan was 3 times as old as her. So 2 times 3 would make Dylan 6 years old. So I need to see then if that makes him 12 years older than Lewis. Well, 6 years old is not 12 years older than 2 years old. So that there is wrong. I could do 3 times 3. So that would make Dylan 9 years old and Lewis 3 years old. So that would be the 3 times as old, correct? However, 9 is not 12 years older than 3 years. So we're going to try 4 times 3, and that would be 12. So 12 is not 12 years older than 4. 5 times 3, we know is 15. 15 is 10 years older than 5, so that can't be right. 6 times 3 is 18. So if Dylan is 18, that means he's 3 times as old as Lois, and she would be 6 years old. And it also means that he is 12 years older than Lois, because 6 add 12 takes you to 18. So these are the correct ages here. So Lois is going to be 6 years old and Dylan is going to be 18 years old. There's lots of different ways you can work this out. Anyway, any method would be correct as long as you come up with the correct answers. Dylan is 18 and Lois is 6. So you get 2 marks for this question, 1 mark if you have the age is incorrect, but Dylan is 3 times as old as Lois. And if you've made another little mistake, you'll get a mark if Dylan's age is 12 years older than Lois. So 1 mark if you meet each of these facts.